Introduction for Storytime with AMs. Hello, young explorers. Today on Storytime with AMs, we're going on an incredible journey through time. Imagine having a magical backpack that can take you anywhere in history. Are you ready to meet kings, explore ancient lands, and discover secrets of the past? Let's dive into this exciting adventure, the time-traveling backpack. The story: Lila was an ordinary 10-year-old girl with an extraordinary sense of curiosity. She loved history and often imagined what life was like in the past. One day, while exploring her grandmother's attic, she found a dusty, old backpack tucked behind a pile of books. It didn't look special, just an old, faded leather bag. But something about it caught her attention. As Lila opened the backpack, she found a strange glowing compass inside. The compass had symbols for different times in history: ancient Egypt, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance, and more. Suddenly, the backpack began to hum, and a deep, mysterious voice whispered, "Choose a time and place, and your journey will begin." Lila's eyes widened in excitement. She grabbed the compass and pointed it toward the symbol for ancient Egypt. "I want to see the pyramids," she exclaimed. In an instant, a whirlwind of golden light surrounded her, and she felt herself being lifted off the ground. When the light faded, Lila found herself standing in the hot sands of a desert. Towering before her were the Great Pyramids of Giza, gleaming in the sunlight. Scene 1. Ancient Egypt. As Lila marveled at the pyramids, a young boy in a white tunic approached her. "You're not from here, are you?" he asked with a smile. "No," Lila admitted. "I'm from the future. This backpack brought me here." The boy, whose name was Rami, explained that he was a scribe's apprentice. He invited Lila to visit the temple where scribes recorded important events. Inside, she saw ancient hieroglyphics being carved onto walls. Lila tried her hand at drawing the symbols, and Rami laughed as she struggled. Before she could ask more questions, the backpack began to hum again. It was time to leave. "Goodbye, Rami. Thank you for showing me your world," Lila said, as the golden light whisked her away. Scene 2. The Middle Ages. Lila landed in the middle of a bustling medieval market. People in tunics and dresses shouted about their goods, and the smell of freshly baked bread filled the air. "Watch out!" someone yelled. Lila turned just in time to see a knight on horseback galloping toward her. She stepped aside, heart pounding. A girl about her age, dressed in a simple dress, grabbed her arm. "Are you okay?" she asked. "You're lucky Sir Cedric didn't trample you." The girl's name was Eleanor, and she explained that a jousting tournament was happening at the castle. Excited, Lila followed Eleanor to the grand event. She cheered as knights in shining armor charged at each other with lances. Eleanor told her about the importance of chivalry and honor. As the sun began to set, the backpack hummed again. "It's time for me to go," Lila said, waving goodbye to her new friend. Scene 3. The Renaissance. This time, Lila found herself in a bright workshop filled with paintings, sculptures, and sketches. A man with a kind face and paint-stained hands looked up from his easel. "Ah, a visitor," he said. "Welcome to my studio. I am Leonardo da Vinci." Lila's jaw dropped. She was standing in the presence of one of the greatest minds in history. Leonardo showed her his sketches of flying machines and explained his ideas about science and art. Lila tried her hand at painting, and Leonardo chuckled at her messy strokes. "With practice, you will improve," he said kindly. Just as Lila was about to ask him about the Mona Lisa, the backpack began to glow again. "Thank you, Leonardo. You're amazing," she said as she was whisked away once more. Conclusion for Storytime with HMS. Lila found herself back in her grandmother's attic, holding the magical backpack. Her heart was full of wonder, and her mind buzzed with everything she had learned. She knew this was only the beginning of her adventures. Thank you for joining us on this time-traveling journey. Remember, history is full of amazing stories just waiting to be discovered. Stay curious, and who knows? Maybe one day you'll find your own magical way to explore the past. See you next time on Storytime with HMEs.